Hello everyone, and welcome once again to Caleb Likes Books. Today I have a different sort of video for you. I'm going to be talking about some of my personal favorite BookTube channels. I did a video like this a while ago, probably about a year and a half ago or a little more. It's been a bit since I did it, but I wanted to do another one because there's several other channels that I've discovered since then that I wanted to talk about, and I thought it'd just be a fun video to do, tell you guys about some of the stuff I enjoy watching, and recommend some channels to you guys and things like that. And if you have any channels that you love, let me know in the comments, because I'm always looking for some new ones to check out. So I suppose we'll get right started. Got a good variety of different stuff here. A few things focusing on specific topics, a few that are just kind of general BookTube channels, all kinds of different stuff. I have 13 channels here that I want to talk about, so I'll try to go pretty quickly through each of them so this video is not half an hour long. So first we have Andrew Watson, who I believe also goes by The Fool's Tale, who is a booktuber that I have been watching, I think, since around the time his channel started, and he's a lot of fun. He has a very fun personality that I really enjoy watching, and has a decent amount of interesting stuff on his channel. He does a few things that are a little unique. He has videos where he talks about new releases, which is nice, so then you can kind of keep an eye on some new stuff that's coming out. He does some ranking videos here and there. He does some reviews here and there, different stuff like that. Just a great channel, and seems like a really cool guy. Very fun to watch his videos. He's very entertaining and things like that. And he's also a published author now, which is very cool. So congratulations to him, I guess. I believe his second book is coming out here sometime soon, which is cool. And yeah, go check out his channel. Next one up is Brian Lee Durfee, who is also, much like Andrew Watson, also an author with a trilogy out. And he predominantly focuses on book reviews in a very kind of unedited style. He doesn't really edit his videos, and he always is making fun jokes about those kinds of things, about editing things out or whatever, and it's a lot of fun. And he primarily does book reviews, which he does so many reviews. It's kind of crazy how much this guy reads. I think he tends to go through one book a day, which is crazy. But he always has entertaining reviews, whether or not you're aware of what the book is. They're always fun to watch, and he covers a lot of different genres, a lot of different authors, a lot of different kinds of books, which is really cool. So you can get a nice variety of stuff, occasionally getting into some ranking videos and things like that, where he ranks all of the books by certain authors. Like he did a Stephen King video, which I really enjoyed. As someone who's starting to get into Stephen King, it was fun to kind of see what he thought of each book, and things like that. And so he just has a lot of great videos. Unfortunately, he's not been uploading recently because he had some health issues a little while back, but it seems to be recovering, which is great to see, and I look forward to seeing him on YouTube again. Then we have Captured in Words, which out of all of the channels in this video that I'll be talking about is maybe the one with the highest production quality. Jay at Captured in Words just has such a great way of making his videos, and not only that, but they're always something interesting going on. He's done some kind of analysis, character study type videos. He's done a lot of ranking videos, some discussion based videos, all kinds of different things. A lot of really cool stuff that he talks about. He's into a lot of stuff that I also enjoy. He's a big fan of the Cosmere and different things like that, and just generally has a great channel with a lot of really cool videos and just a great production style as well. I look at his videos, and my videos are not very produced. I don't do anything crazy, but I would love to one day have production on the level that his videos have, because his videos are just fun to watch because of just how well put together they are, and things like that. So great channel, go check him out. A lot of really cool stuff. Then of course we have Daniel Green, probably the biggest booktuber in our little kind of sci-fi fantasy corner of BookTube. He's a great channel. Most of you probably know him already. He is the first booktuber that I ever watched, which makes sense because he's probably the most popular one as far as sci-fi fantasy goes. And he does a lot of cool stuff. He, of course, is most well known for his fantasy news, which are always very entertaining to see and always nice to see kind of the goings on in sci-fi fantasy and things like that, as well as doing some book reviews here and there, some other stuff. He used to do a lot of rankings and things like that, which I don't think he does as often anymore. But he was one of those channels that when I was first starting to get into fantasy books back towards kind of the end of 2021, He was one of the channels that I went to. Him and Captured in Words and a few other ones were ones that I all kind of went to as like, okay, I need to find some fantasy stuff to get into, because at the time I was completely new to it. Where do I start? And his channel, among several others, was very helpful to me in helping me discover authors like Brandon Sanderson or different things like that. You know, other series that I have since gotten into, like Wheel of Time and The Witcher, and just all kinds of different stuff that I kind of started with. Just a great channel all around. Once again, you probably know him if you're watching this video, but if you haven't checked out his channel for some reason, then go do so. Next, we have a bit of a unique one, which is Into the Wardrobe. This is a channel that predominantly, if not entirely, focuses on the Chronicles of Narnia, which is one of my personal favorite series. It's been a favorite series of mine since I was a child, so I've always really enjoyed Into the Wardrobe. A lot of really cool videos talking about different bits of like lore and things like that, just like little details about the story that you might have missed or might not have thought about too deeply. A lot of really cool stuff. If you're a big Narnia fan, definitely go check this channel out, because he does a lot of really interesting stuff related to the world of Narnia. Then we have Jonathan Cohn, who also, alongside Daniel Green, was one of the first BookTube channels that I found and has since become a good friend of mine. He has a great channel, focuses on a lot of similar stuff to what I talk about. He does a lot of Star Wars videos, a lot of Star Trek, a lot of fantasy, sci-fi, a lot of other media tie-in fiction, some thrillers and mysteries and different things like that. A lot of cool stuff on his channel, predominantly focusing on book reviews, but also occasionally getting into things like rankings and stuff like that. And just a great channel overall. Definitely go check him out if you have not. Then we have Matt's Fantasy Book Reviews, which is one that I think the last time I did this kind of video was one that I had just recently discovered, and since then he has become an absolute favorite of mine. Predominantly focuses on book reviews, though he also does some other stuff like rankings. For example, recently he's been putting out some top fantasy books of all time, going through like the top 100 and things like that, but mainly does book reviews that are always very fun and entertaining. And I especially enjoy him as a reviewer because he's always very blunt and honest about his opinions, even ones that will get him in some hot water. So just a great book reviewer overall. If you have not checked out his channel before, definitely do so. Next one is Murphy Napier, who's another pretty big name in BookTube. Really great channel. She has a couple of different channels, one focused on manga, one focused on books. I primarily watch the book channel. Used to be one kind of channel, and that she has since split off because her manga is kind of separate from the book stuff. But she does a lot of really cool stuff, some reviews here and there, some other types of videos. I really enjoy some of the videos that she does with her husband. Those are always a lot of fun, like trying to guess the cover art of certain books and things like that. Those are always a lot of fun. But she just has a really fun vibe and fun personality, and just generally does some really cool stuff, and I just always enjoy seeing her videos. Another pretty big one here, we have Mike's Book Reviews, who's another early one that I discovered as I was starting to check out BookTube channels. Also focuses on a lot of different stuff, a lot of fantasy, but also some horror and some sci-fi and just all kinds of different stuff. A lot of really cool videos, some book reviews, some like top 10, some discussion videos, all kinds of different stuff. Very chill, down to earth kind of seeming, and just has a really great channel that I would highly recommend. Next one is Philip Chase, who is a more recent one that I have gotten into, but he does some great stuff. He does a lot of discussions about books, some ranking videos, a lot of collaborations as well. He has his Dear Dr. Fantasy show in which he invites other booktubers on and they kind of chat for a while, which I always really enjoy when he has a booktuber that I love on his show, and just does a lot of really cool stuff. Very well spoken as well. He is a teacher, professor, I think, or something like that, and he just has a very, like, you know, just the way that he speaks in his videos, like he just has a very, like a certain vibe to his videos that I really enjoy. Just a very well-spoken individual, really kind of digs in deep into the books that he talks about and really gets into kind of the deeper themes and the real nitty-gritty of what the books are about, which I always appreciate. Just a great channel overall. Definitely would recommend checking him out. The next one is not really much of a BookTube channel, but I'm kind of including it anyway because it's sort of BookTube adjacent, which is Tale Foundry. This is one that doesn't specifically specifically talk about books, but their videos do deal with a lot of books and book-related topics. Mostly discussion-based videos talking about a certain topic at length, which I really enjoy. Not really anything in terms of like reviews or anything like that. Like, you do occasionally get some review-type videos, but usually it's like picking a topic that a certain work addresses and going deep into that topic and discussing it, which I really enjoy. Always a lot of fun to watch as well. These ones are like animated, which is really cool, very unique, and just a great channel overall. I always really enjoy seeing Tale Foundry videos. They're a lot of fun. Then we have another one of my personal favorites, which is The Book Guy, run by someone named Kronk, who does some really cool stuff with this channel. It's a very unique channel because with a lot of other BookTube channels, you get a lot of rankings, a lot of reviews, things like that. This channel doesn't do either of those things. It's kind of reviews, but not really. This channel pitches books and series to you. So he will talk as objectively as possible, still throwing in some of his opinion here and there, but talking pretty objectively about different book series, what they're about, what generally people like or don't like about them, what they do well, what they don't, all kinds of things like that. Just really kind of introducing a whole bunch of different series in each of his videos, which I really enjoy, and has been very helpful to me as I have started to get into some different series and things like that, or even just getting different series on my radar that I otherwise may have heard of but wasn't that interested in or have never heard of. So he's a great channel to look into if you want a channel that's just going to be talking about some stuff that you might not know about but can put on your TBR. And the last channel that I'm going to be talking about in this video is one called The Library Ladder. This is another bit of a unique one. This channel primarily doesn't really do reviews all that much, but again, kind of does more discussion or topic-based videos, primarily about classics, which is something that I am not super knowledgeable about when it comes to sci-fi fantasy. I'm like knowledgeable-ish about some of the older books, but I tend to lean more modern. But this channel is great because it talks about those genres like sci-fi, fantasy, horror, all that stuff, but in the classic era of the 80s or 90s and prior. And talking about a lot of older books that may have been forgotten with time, which is something I really appreciate. And again, kind of just has a very nice, chill personality, like just always a very pleasant experience to watch his videos, and often talking about things that, again, I might have heard of but never checked out, or things that I have never heard of because, you know, they're older and have since been forgotten, unfortunately. And just a great channel to check out if you're looking for some more kind of classic style books. So that's pretty much all I got for you today. Let me know in the comments if you also love any of these channels or some of your other favorite channels that I didn't mention in this video. There were some other ones that I would have liked to talk about in here, but these ones, I had a whole bunch of channels that I wanted to talk about, but as it is, this video is already pretty long, so I didn't want to spend too much time. But if you have any other channels that you love, let me know in the comments. And that is pretty much it for this video, so thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time.